Yo guys, Gluten-Free EDC here. I'm Brian, your gluten-sensitive representative. Today I have the EMP EDC Pulse OTF out the front. Automatic knife. Pretty cool knife we got here. You've got a handle length of about 4.4 inches and a blade, which we'll get to in a second. But before we do that, we got to see a cool titanium milled pocket clip to match the scales. You've got a titanium button. Again, kind of matching. I really like the button on this one. It works fantastically. It's nice and stepped. Works real well. So let's open her up. So pretty easy deployment. Thanks to all that grip there. Really nice. You've got some decent jimping here to rest your thumb on. There is some movement up and down. It's kind of common across a lot of the automatic knives, especially the OTFs. Not horrible. I don't think it's an issue. There's no cause for concern of it going back in. I don't believe. I'm not testing that. This was loaned to me by a pass-around group. So this is the belt satin version. There's a few versions available. There's a blacked out DLC version, and I believe one other version that eludes me at the moment. But you've got this cool cutout here. It's got some milling, this cool pill shape. I like that. Seems to be common across EMP EDC. You've got the flat here in the left to right direction, the grind, and then really cool grind here. So just vertical going on, and then a really nice hollow grind. So I'm gonna flip it over because I know I'm gonna do this less, but yeah, it comes to a pretty thin edge, not horribly so that it's gonna be an issue. This is in Magna Cut steel. So really cool steel to see. Not the cheapest knife. This is a bit shy of 300. I want to say 270, maybe 280. Feel free to leave a comment below. I'll do the same most likely of the correct price. So the milling on this feels really nice, really cool. It's a fairly neutral knife handle, right? So there's not much going on. There's nothing to hold on to. So I feel like ergos wise, you could definitely do better when it comes to the ergos. Button wise, I think it works fairly well. Easy to fidget with. I don't know. Stiff wise, they're usually pretty difficult for me. I have pretty small hands, so I don't have the most leverage. So I mean, it's an OTF. It's doable. I've fidgeted with it quite a bit. It's pretty awesome. So otherwise, like I said, I have smaller hands. I fit a medium glove, but I am on the small side. Otherwise, I think really cool knife, right? So the blade, like I said, is 3.2 inches. It's in Magna Cut. So with the handle being 4.4 inches, you're at around 7.6 inches overall length. I think that's a really great size for a knife. Just in general, I think it's kind of like a sweet spot personally for me. I don't like bigger knives, so 3 to 3.2 inch, very cool. It's coming in at 3.8 ounces, which for an OTF, not too shabby. So like I said, pretty cool. There's a lot of give and uptake on the button. Again, I believe that is typical, right, for when you have an OTF. Now, if I bring it back in all the way, you can see the track, there's no clearance there. This is running very, very tight along there. There's no side to side on the button at all. The button is nice and firm. You get up pretty far, pretty cool. You've got the EMP EDC logo, which is such a cool logo, like the Atomic Man or something. I don't know. It's just a cool logo, I think. Pretty cool. I don't have too much to say. I'm not really an automatic knife guy, let alone an OTF guy. The plunge grind is done really well with the sharpening choil. I think it's really well. One thing I did want to note is the blade. This is pretty wild. So speaking of clearances before, I almost feel like the tip of that blade is in the handle. It's not messing with it. It's still razor sharp from what I could tell. But either it's right there next to it, or they actually have like a small cutout. From my point of view, I think it's actually like slightly cut out, which is wildly ballsy. I just found that like super unique. Also, I'm not sure. I know, like, I believe it's the UTX 85 by Microtech. I believe it's pretty centered, where the blade cut out and where it deploys from is centered. But you can see in this view, there's more on this side than there is on here. So it comes out slightly off to the side. I think that's really cool. But also, I kind of want to just get like this coming out to the camera. Can you do that? Bam! Oh my goodness! I don't know why I think that's so cool, but that was pretty cool. But yeah, really cool knife. Like I said, super fidgety. I think it's cool how precise the button is. I don't know why, like taking it in real slow. Dang. But like taking it in real slow and then having it come in, like, I don't know, that's cool. Like, it's how I've kind of been fidgeting with it. Pocket clip seems cool. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, I don't have too much to say about this guy. I wish there were some more ergos going on. I know that could be a bit difficult in an OTF, but that's what I would like to see. I'm huge on ergonomics and knives. Having a small hand, it can be difficult. Finding a knife that's good for that, but blade is like awesomely cool. Like, that's a cool looking blade. It's like Warncliffey kind of blade almost, right? So reverse Tonto, maybe, I don't know. But there it is, guys. The EMP EDC Pulse OTF. If you have any questions, want to leave a comment below, I'd appreciate it. Happy to talk about this one a little more. So till then, it's been real, guys. Take care.